Welcome to Motherly Mondays on the Road edition. I am your host, Shane Messick. Mom is over there in the driver's seat, and we're going to work. So, Mom, this topic for this week is how to talk to your kids about engaging in safe sex. And from a gay son standpoint, how did you handle it? What did you do? Things like that.
Well, all I remember is I kept telling you, because I was so afraid of everything that could happen, I kept telling you, please be careful. Don't trust anybody. Number one, you shouldn't be doing this. Be careful who you're doing it with. Don't do it with everybody. Be very careful. And I know that I checked out to make sure that you would be tested regularly at the centers near us.
Now, how did you feel the first time you took me to the clinic?
Well, I mean, I knew it was the right thing to do, and that's whether you're gay or straight or whatever you are. I mean, it's something that needs to be done. The most important thing is you don't have sex with everybody. You have to have really special feelings to have, at least as far as I believe. I mean, I don't care who you are. You don't need to be, it's not a form of entertainment. A lot of people just think it's something you do because you're bored or you're just looking for entertainment. But it's not. You have to have very special, sincere, real feelings from both parties before you should ever think about doing that. Because I always say it's like eating when you're not hungry. If you're just having sex to have sex, you're going to find yourself completely empty and probably feeling a little yucky and nauseous afterwards if it's just because it's something you do for fun or attention. But anyway, when I took you, I know that I knew I was doing the right thing. It's, you know, I had no control over you at that point. You were old enough to do what you wanted to do. So I figured that was the most responsible thing I could do, was to make sure that at least I got you there. And, you know, you don't just go once, you go regularly and make sure that everything's okay.
All right, and next question. How should somebody that wants to get tested, but their parents don't know, how should they approach their parents, you know, to try and keep them in the loop to make sure they know that everything's okay and, you know, that they're ready to do that? Like, how do you think a child or person should talk to their parent about that stuff? Or should they?
Well, that's a very personal thing. To me, it's hopefully you have the kind, but not in these situations a lot, you do not have close enough relationships with your parents to tell them, number one, that you're gay, much less to tell them that you need to go get tested. So, I mean, you're really lucky if you had that kind of relationship. Hopefully you do, or maybe one day you will, but you've got to be careful when you bring that up. They should be proud of you that you're trying to be responsible. But, that's a very individual thing, because some parents don't want to hear it, even though they should be involved in it. But it's a personal thing. Sex is a personal thing, but it's the most responsible thing that you have to do is to make sure that you're very careful, number one. Number two, you don't believe what everybody tells you. And number three, that you always get tested so that you can always make sure you stay healthy.
All right, well, this was a viewer-suggested question, so thank you, viewer, for the question. And I'm almost to work now, so we will see you possibly next week, right, Mom?
TTFN.
See ya.